Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Please excuse my video taking skills and my video editing techniques for now. I just discovered that I have an amazing video editing software that's already pre-installed in my Mac, which, go figure, that's how new I am to this. Today, because I'm going to be doing my first episode of Now That's Crafty, which is going to be a DIY segment of all things crafts. Today, I got this in the mail, which is the Hogwarts Library. I'm a really big Potterhead, and this has Quidditch throughout the ages. It's got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Tales of Beetle the Bard. Looks like this. It's in a really great case. I thought these were going to come in paperback, but they're all hardback. I haven't even opened it yet, but I'm really excited about it. I've read all of the Harry Potter books. I've seen all the movies. I'm a huge Potterhead, which hopefully you'll discover as you go along watching my videos. But because of this, because of my new addition to my library, I'm going to do a Harry Potter themed DIY today. So let's get started with Now That's Crafty Episode 1. What you will need: some scissors and/or an X-Acto knife for more defined cutting, some potion labels. The link for these particular labels are below. These ones are Harry Potter themed, but you can get as creative and customize it as you please. You will also need a paintbrush and some water, some Mod Podge or any clear glue that's going to dry clearly, of course, and an acrylic sealer if you need it. You're also going to need some glass bottles with cork caps. These ones I found on Amazon, but you can also find these at any craft store. I'll put the link below of where I found these ones if you want them. First, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out all the labels. Some of these are going to be a little bit more difficult than others to cut out, but I found that if you use the X-Acto knife on the more detailed ones, then that really helps. But for the most part, I just use plain old scissors. One quick tip for the labels also: when you print them out initially, they're pretty huge. The bottles I got are really tiny, so when I printed them out, I just adjusted them to be able to fit the bottles. So as you can see here, this one is a little bit more detailed, so I broke out my X-Acto knife for this. All of the rest of the labels were much easier to cut and were far less detailed, so the scissors were the easier choice for the rest. So once you've cut out all of your labels, you're just going to fit them to the bottles how you want them to be. This kit contained 9 bottles and the labels had 12 labels. So I just kind of picked which ones fit the bottles and decided which ones that I was going to use. So then that way I didn't have to glue too many. But I probably should have done that before I started cutting, so then I didn't have to cut out all these labels, because that was a lot of cutting. So once you've decided which labels you're going to use, you're just going to take your vials and put them away, and then you're going to get your Mod Podge mat or any type of mat that you have that is going to help and be glue friendly. This water container that I have is really cool. I bought this from the dollar store, and it really does some really great work with your paint brushes. It has that little lip there on the side that lets you clean off your brushes. Really cool. So just paint all of your labels with the Mod Podge and set it aside. Then you're going to get your glass vials and you're going to fill it with whatever you want. This is going to give you a lot of really cool creative license to just get at it. Go to your kitchen and grab some stuff. I have some syrup here that I'm using. I used some soy sauce for the Drought of Death, which was really cool effect. So there's a lot of really great things that you can use. Just kind of have at it and go crazy. Also, I'm really sorry, I really don't know how my camera turned around. I guess I wasn't really paying attention. I was too focused on filling these bottles with stuff, but yeah, now I know for next time, pay attention to the camera as well. My bad. I think think the coolest idea that I had was the Amarantia bottle, which is the love potion. But for that one, I used hot sauce, which was kind of appropriate. And the hot sauce went to the bottom of the vial, and then I put water on top. And it made this really cool effect to the bottle, which made it look like a pinkish color, but it was white on top. It was so pretty, and it was my favorite one. This last one was the Bazaar, and I kind of ran out of ideas, so I used some clay and I rolled that into balls, and I put Mod Podge in there and just shoved it into the bottle, and I was trying to think that it would come out clear, but somehow it turned bubbly in there and it looked really cool. It had a really cool effect, so I just kept it as is. Once you've finished filling all the bottles with your desired potions, the labels should be done and dry. When you use the Mod Podge mat, there's kind of a film that comes outside when the glue dries. I cut most of it off, but I left some of it on because it kind of made it look like the labels were dusty. So I left that on there on some of them, and then I just painted the back with the Mod Podge again, and then I glued them on to the vials. And it turned out really cool at the end, but you're just going to want to finish just taking all the labels and painting them onto your vials. So when you're done, this is the final result, or something close to this depending on what you used. And as you can see, the Amarantia is pretty awesome looking. I think that was my favorite one. But if you did this craft, please post some pictures or send me a link to your site so I can look at what you've done. And also, please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.